Okay. Welcome to the reality check with Charles Butler. We are getting started a little late today. We break down the set over the weekend and forgot that I had to set this bad boy back up. It was took me a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. Hey, look, I had an incident yesterday that I have to share with you. I have AT&T cellular service. And I've been a client with AT&T now about 4 or 5 years. So I go in this store to exchange a cord that I had bought earlier this year. And my mask, the strap on my mask broke. So I was trying to put it back on. They gave me the mask. Everything was cool. And this young man kept saying, kept walking. The sales guy kept coming up. What's your name? Charles Butler. What's your name? Charles Butler. What's your number? I told him my number. So I started talking to the security guard, who'd been a pretty nice guy, a black guy, security guard, been a pretty nice guy. And I said, wow, man, you guys don't have a lot of sets out. I guess they had gotten hit during the riots. Somebody had broken their store and stole phones, and none of these phones work because they're all static displays, right? But these morons who broke in and stole these phones don't. So, so I'm telling this story because I had to make a police report on this yesterday. So I'm standing there, and I said, wow. I said, man, I'm glad. I said, we didn't have any riots this weekend. I said, because the police are ready for these rioters. And this security guy was, no, man, these young people, man, they're going to make a change. They're gonna make a serious change. Things going to change around here. I said, no. I'm talking just like this. No, nothing's going to change. If anything, they've made things worse, not only for themselves, but for others. Oh, no. It's people like you old black folks. And he's not a youngster himself. He's in his 50s at least. He looks like and if he's not in his 50s, he certainly got a hard life. So the guy says, how did he say it? You part of the problem. You raise these kids. I said, no, man, my kids ain't out there. My kids aren't out there with those people. And, I guess he took offense to those people, right? Like I could care less. So he says, well, you're one of them. I said, no, man, I'm not one of them. He said, no, yeah, you one of them. I said, no, I'm not one of them just because of my skin color. I said, I'm not one of those. And somehow the word Nigger gets interjected into the discussion. So he says, man, that's a racial I don't appreciate you using that word. I said, well, the word is used all the time. Anywhere you go, everywhere you go, the N word is on the radio, it's on TV, it's in the movie. You gonna tell me you're offended? Well, yeah, because you're using Nigger instead of Nigga. I'm like, are you stupid? That's how I asked the guy. I said, are you crazy? I said, are you actually trying to have a discussion about Nigger versus GA? I mean, it's not an argument. It's not a discussion. That's some rapper talk. But that's how dumb black people are today. See, when I talk about black people being dumb, classic example. This is real life. This is real time. So this guy says to me, he's a security guard, right? Man, you can get arrested for black people can get arrested too and charged too for what did he call it? Hate crime, hate speech. These people actually and see, okay, now this is an ignorant security guard, black security guard, a little ignorant black security guard. But I have a friend who's an educated University of Michigan graduate who says the exact same thing. He's so dumb about politically correct. There is no such thing as politically correct. People can say what they want to say in America. You may not like it, but there is no PC. Oh, you can get in trouble because in University of Michigan, they tried to implement a restriction on words you could use. Are they out of their damn mind? I mean, the school at the end of the day is headed by a socialist. This guy Schlesinger, a damn socialist to his core. We have all these damn communists and socialists running these universities, and we're paying them grand theft money for teaching. When is it that a college professor should make $200,000 in salary? And they're talking about, well, tuition. We should just pay for free tuition and give everybody an access to a college education. Nobody give me free damn tuition. And that's okay. I earned it. I earned my way. And I'm not upset about that or pissed about that or anything else. But there are people, and especially black people, who are so stupid. And I want to repeat that, so stupid that they actually think that there's such a thing as politically correct and that it's enforceable and that it's something you can be arrested for. And, they're so damn stupid, it hurts. And don't get me talking about that fat ass Martin Luther King III and his dumb ass. His daddy didn't call out JFK, who made his daddy move the march from the march on the White House to on the Mall. That's a historical fact. His daddy didn't call out RFK or J. Edgar Hoover for censoring all their speeches, putting FBI agents at the speakers to pull the plug if the audience started to riot. Man, don't get me started. I got to publish this damn paper. That's all there is to it. But anyway, so this damn security guard threatens to arrest me, to have me charged with a hate crime. This is what this dumb Negro tries to do to me. And he's offended by the N-word. The N-word is used everywhere by everybody. Now, white people really shouldn't use that word. It may offend some black people. Some black people get offended by the word totally. I'd never do because it doesn't bother me. It's not who I am. I don't see myself that way. Never have. So the guy is ranting and raving, and I tell you, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. So he decides, since I'm not corresponding, or I'm not agreeing with these rioters. I said those rioters. He said, yeah, these young people, they're going to change. I said, no, these young people are going to end up getting their butt whipped. They're going to get that ass spanked by these police officers. And that's what they should get. He got so angry. You get out of my store. Your store? Negro, you don't own anything here. You don't even work for AT&T. He works for a contractor. So I'm getting ready to turn up the heat on his black ass today. Yes, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make him a little uncomfortable and let him understand that just because we're black, just because our skin is dark, that we don't all think like fucking morons. Did I say that? But that's what these black people have resorted to. They're nothing but groupthink and morons. And the person largely responsible for that is Jesse Jackson. You are somebody. Here's this ignorant Negro who probably is a high school dropout, wants to talk to me about what? He's ignorant. He's stupid. Why are we talking? He should be embarrassed, but he's too stupid to be embarrassed because of people like Jesse Jackson, who's told him he is somebody. He's just a dumb, ignorant person, is what he is. Anyway, speaking of dumb, ignorant people, let's talk about Joe Biden. Oh, Uncle Joe. You know, you cannot make this stuff up. And I say this all the time. You can't really make it up. Because Joe, bless his heart, Joe's finally come out against the violence in the country. And it's only because the American people, his numbers have started to fall to Trump. Even Hillary's numbers didn't fall to Trump. Trump is going, when they start debating, Trump's going to kill this guy. He won't stand a chance. It's, you know, just imagine this in your mind. Take a snowball, or better yet, because you can do this, go get a handful of ice cubes, okay? Put them in a bowl, okay? Put them in a microwavable proof bowl, all right? Place that bowl in the microwave. Turn the power up to 10. And bing, hit the button, right? And if you think after a minute that those ice cubes could survive a minute or two at 10 power, that's about as much chance as Joe Biden has of winning a debate with Donald Trump. None. He doesn't stand a chance. And that's the beauty of this thing, man. You cannot believe the guy didn't have a chance. It's like, bam. Okay, I'm going to debate Donald Trump. Yes, let me at him. I'll take him out to the woodshed. Well, you're going to have your chance to take him out to the woodshed. I'll take him out to the woodshed and I'll show him a thing or two. Yeah, you know, you can talk that talk, buddy, but your hand's too soft. I held your hands. I shook hands with you. I know you got soft hands. His hands is softer than a woman's hands, girl. Let me tell you. I'm looking here at Tori. Who does this guy have on my space here? Let's see. Is this Tori? No. Let's see. Talk monitor with who? With Rufus. Come on. Come on, Scott. You got to do better than this, dude. Let me see what Scott has on here. Well, it's me talking, but it's another person whose moniker is up here. And it really ticks me off when that happens because I do all the right things to get the moniker online. Yeah, I do everything to get the moniker online, and it's still not there, which ticks me off, man. Ticks me off, dude. I got to call Scott. Well, Charles, I really don't know what's going on. Hey, man, get me back on the big league station. Okay? Anyway, here we go. You can't make this stuff up. And I'm serious, people. You can't make this stuff up. So Joe Biden says, look, I am not for the killings in Kenosha. I don't support the violence. Listen, this is what happened. Let's just talk about Kenosha for a minute. Let's talk about Kenosha, and let's talk about Kenosha rationally for a minute. Because I don't want to hear all the nonsense about he shouldn't have been shot 7 times. Hey, we're talking about heat of the moment here. What happened, from what I understand, and from the all the reports that have come in the last 3 or 4 days, is that he had raped a woman and he stole her car. The woman filed a complaint and a restraining order against him, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. He shows back up to the woman's house, and they said, well, the first narrative was he was trying to break up a fight between two women. That's what I said. Sounds awfully shaky to me, unless, of course, it was his mother and his girlfriend, or two girlfriends. It just sounded shaky, right? So, fast forward, cops come. Cops show up because the lady who had claimed he raped her and stole her car keys called the police and said, "This man is at my house. He's not supposed to be here. Can you send the police?" So when the police show up, they show up ready to work because they have a guy who's ignoring a court order. He shows up to do whatever. People aren't mind readers here. And this is what I want to impart to you young folks out there. This is what I want to impart to you people who are out here thinking that you can act out and you can do what you want to do. There are consequences to your action. So the cops come. The guy says, "Oh shoot, the cops are here." So he tries to leave. Cops try to detain him, not restrain him, detain him, talk to him. He beats up 3 cops, literally 3 cops. Boom. He gets up. They tasered the guy. They tasered him. I don't know if they tasered him once or twice, but they say they tasered the guy. He's still walking. So what that says to me is, does he have some drugs in his system that helps him fight off this taser attack? Now, the answer is probably yeah, but we don't really know. All we know is he gets in a fight on the other side of the car with these officers, and he walks away from beating these 3 cops. One cop is running behind him like a little girl, holding his shirt with his gun out. And I'm thinking, that's awfully odd. Why don't you take a more professional approach? Either put your gun away and tackle this guy, or take a defensive stance or an offensive stance or whatever and put this guy down. But running around holding his shirt tail with your pistol, it looked like something out of Cowboys and Indians, when you were a cowboy and Indian, when you play Cowboy and Indians. That's what it reminded me of immediately. That my brothers, running from my brothers and them holding my shirt, and they had we had our toy guns. Fast forward. Blake goes inside his car, reaches under the seat. At this point, the officer can't see what he has in his hand. The officer doesn't know what he's going to come out with. The officer doesn't know if he's going to turn around and shoot him point blank. The officer has a wife. He has a kid. He has authority, and he has the authority to tell you to stop, and you have to comply. And when you don't, he is authorized to, or she is authorized to use the amount of force necessary to get you to comply. As far as I'm concerned, as he was walking around the car and hadn't complied, he was fair game. They could have beaten him, thrown him to the ground, whatever. So I don't put the blame on the cop. I put the blame on Mr. Blake. So Blake reaches in the car, blind. Everybody's blind except for Blake. Pow, pow. Pow, 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 pow. 7 shots. He knew his kids were in the car. Why did he say, "Hey, my kid's in the car, man? Call somebody, get my kids. I'm going in with you. I'm cool." No, he didn't do that. I don't know if he thought he was going to get in the car and drive off or what. But it just didn't make any sense for this man to keep walking and for the cops to be there like that. I just don't, I don't get it. And so Jacob Blake in my opinion, is a very bad example, a very poor example of black shootings and shootings going wrong. When you look at the man who lost his life because there was a knee on his neck, that's different. Yeah, that could have been precluded, could have been prevented, and there was nothing deadly about their encounter. Nothing. You know, they threw the guy on the ground. He wasn't resisting. They roughed him up. He didn't resist. He just went along with it. He didn't have to. Big dude. He didn't resist. So for the cop to take that approach with a nonviolent perp, I thought was overkill. Well, not the bad word. I thought he used poor techniques and poor choice of techniques to restrain this prospective criminal who was already down, already handcuffed, already in custody. Now the guy that had a better case, but still did not comply with police officers, right? Guy in Atlanta, he talks to the cops for 42 minutes. If you talk to someone for 42 minutes, you're going to sober up. So the cops should have cut him some slack, in my opinion, and said, look, dude, we're going to take you to the station, lock you up, we'll let you go in the morning, something. Or we'll take you to your girlfriend's house. Just give us your keys, okay? Something like that. But they didn't, because they were assholes. So the guy gets into a fight with the two cops. Again, black man whoops the cop's ass. Boom. Again, black man takes off running away from the police officer, turns around with the taser that's already been discharged. And it's obvious the taser's been discharged because you see the wires. And the wires were just hanging on the ground. You know, the guy was running. I thought maybe he did it more out of fun because he's getting ready to, he was actually running away from the cop. He's pulling away from the cop. Cop couldn't catch him. So the cop, in frustration, you could see the cop in frustration. When the guy turned around and aimed the gun at the taser gun at him and kind of looked at him like, see you, dude. You could see the cop. He stops. He throws the damn taser on the ground, reaches for a service weapon, and puts two in the guy's back. He didn't run the guy down. He didn't chase the guy. He shot him. Clearly excessive force. So the guy was outrunning you. The guy was getting away. You had all his information. You knew where he lived. You knew where his girlfriend lived. Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, let's just get back in the car and go wait at the girlfriend's house. But no, that was too much like, right, this cop shoots the dude in the back. I mean, just crazy. Crazy shooting a human being. Next, but like I said, the best example, the Rosa Parks example, is the man in North Carolina. I should say North Charleston, South Carolina, who gets stopped for a taillight out on a new car that he bought. Cop comes back to the car. Driver takes off running because he doesn't want to get the ticket. The cop calmly pulls out his weapon and shoots at the man 5 or 6 times, kills him. Guy's just running away. Traffic stop, ticket. What crime has he committed besides having a taillight out? I remember another shooting, and I don't remember where it was, but it was somewhere down south. And this man, this black man, the cop had told him to get out of the car. And he got out of the car, and he was talking to the police officer. And the police officer said, get your registration. So the guy leaned back in the car to get his registration. The police officer shot him. The guy said, you shot me, man. You told me to get my registration, and then you shot me? These are white men who don't need to be police. They could be janitors. They could be teachers. They should be anything but having a gun and a badge, in my opinion. So that's all I have to say about that. Oh, and by the way, the security guard, I'm dealing with that situation. That is hilarious. Nigger or nigga? He must be out of his damn stupid mind. I tell you. The things you have to go through when you're black in America. Okay, this is Joe Biden talking about Kenosha because he's behind in the polls. Why is he behind in the polls? Because people believe in law and order. People believe in the right of protest. Martin Luther King never protested at night. Did you ever notice that? So why are these people protesting at night, hiding their face? Antifa, all covered up like little marauders. Oh, we're ninjas. You're not no damn ninja. You're an urban terrorist. Okay, here we go. Joe. Uh-oh. Hold on. Man, it's what America's been. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Joe. Wait a minute, Joe. It's what America has been, you asshole. It's what America has been. You're not new to this. You supported the segregationist senators. You knew how black people were being treated down south. You didn't give a shit. Let's just be clear. You're a pompous, racist, Democrat a-hole. Let's be clear. You could care less about black people. Oh, Barack Obama, he's a clean one. He's a clean one. What does that mean? He's a clean one. So is Jesse and Al Sharpton dirty? Is that what you're trying to say? Who knows what this man means and what he says, but I can tell you this. Certainly what he says is racist. And he always tries to bend and twist Trump's words and Trump's actions. And that's what tickles a lot of us because we're not stupid and we're not falling prey to this white boy's BS. That's why Trump had a bump with black voters. Boom. Big bump. Boom. That's just the bump that was on that the what do you call it? The pollsters got. The bump in real life is going to be 30%. Let's continue with this Biden madness. Well, Joe, you've had all this time and you haven't ended systemic racism. You've never addressed systemic racism in your 50 some years in office. So what makes you think that we think that you're going to address it now? Even when you had a black president, you didn't address it. You didn't say, well, hey, Barack, let's go down and address systemic racism in America. Hey, Barack, let's go deal with systemic racism. I think that's what we need to do. We need to deal with that as systemic racism that we see in America, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, it is systemic racism, and we should do that. We should take that on. Well, the black president didn't have anything to say to black people, but pull yourself up by your bootstraps. And a rising tide raises all ships. I tell you, you certainly got punked by Barack Obama. Not by Charles Butler, by Barack insane Obama. He punked you out. Yeah, he did. And then you bent over and asked for more. Barack punked you out, and you bent over, spread your cheeks, said, would you hit that left side for me, Mr. President? I'm bad, dude. I am so bad. I tell you, it makes me want to laugh my doggone self that I'm so bad. That I'm so bad. But it's true. It's true. Yeah, it's true. It's true, man. I can't. I wish it weren't, but it is. I'm trying right now to pull up a little file. I'm going to close this out. Here we go. Close out Red State. But I can't pull this thing up. It just will not show for me. What the heck is going on? It will not show. I keep looking for it. Maybe this is it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to pull it up. And it just won't. There it is. All right. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Got it. Okay. So, Joe Biden, and he's going to end systemic racism. And I'm going to clean this. Yeah, there we go. It's better. Had a little smudge on the lens. I can see it. That's the weekend. That's Monday morning cleanup. Hey. Hey, look, tell your friends and family about my show. We try to keep it PG. Sometimes it gets a little R rated, but, or mature, I should say. Mature. I don't really do R rated. I do mature. That mature. Okay. So let's see here. We're going to play a little bit, another clip of Joe Biden. This was him today talking about systemic racism. Listen. Well, Joe, those that just should be prosecuted. This is what I love about this guy. Biden, how he lies. Listen to this. Let's just listen to this one time. Here we go. Come here. Come here. Here we go. I'm going to play this. Carrying weapons of war. See, that's the signal to the anti-gun crowd, right? That's the signal to the crowd where we're gonna take all those assault weapons off the street. There are no assault weapons, and they are .225 or an AR-15 is not an assault weapon. But there's some interesting video that surfaced, and it surfaced, and it kind of favors the kid, Rostenhouse. Okay, Rostenhouse has his gun. He's running away from the crowd, and he's jogging, and he falls. And when he falls, one of the guys tries to take his gun. How crazy is that? So one of the protesters tries to take his gun. He shoots him. Boom. Another one comes. Boom. And then the kid gets up and he takes off running again. So if he was a stone cold killer, if he wanted to kill people, there's a lot of targets around there, a lot of soft targets. He could have kept pulling that trigger, but he didn't. He shot the people who attacked him and who he felt a threat from. Again, if I were sitting on the jury, given what I've seen, I would say self-defense, because he had the gun and he obviously wasn't a protester. He was on the other side. The protesters took it upon themselves to attack him, kind of like that guard did me yesterday. Oh, man. Just a little water, a little ice water. Need that every now and then to rejuvenate, get those juices flowing, get ready to go out and kick some butt. Yes. Oh man, you can't make this stuff up with Biden and his. Well, you know, the protesters, and they have a right to protest, but hey, he took a dip in the polls, big dip. Black folks are like, hey, we need Trump in here to get these folks under control. Yeah, Joe. You wasn't saying that a few days ago. You say, well, we support the rioters. The American people don't, Joe, because they're rioters. They're lawless. Has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Has nothing to do with reparations. These people, like that dumbass security guard that I had a beef with yesterday, actually think that somehow white folks owe them something and they can go in the store and rob a store. Amazing. Here we go. Let's play with some more Joe Biden. Well, who provided you more chaos than Barack Obama with this LGBT crap? Who provided more chaos with Obama than wrecking our healthcare and health insurance industry? Who created any more havoc than Barack Obama trading for a traitor, a deserter, 5 top Taliban and ISIS commanders back to the field? Talking about we don't leave anyone behind. The guy wasn't left behind. The guy left us. See how they try to switch stuff all the time? They try to conflate issues. It's amazing. And you can't make this stuff up because it is truly what it is. So, last week, this time, we were talking about the California fires. Now, the fires are close to ending, and they think they'll go until the end of fire season. Now, I'm going to talk about a guy who I really had a lot of respect for. Was hoping would have a long career and do a lot of different things on Hollywood. A guy named Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick making a name for himself. He's like Denzel. There's no, you don't need to say Denzel. It's like Bruce. You don't have to say Willis. It's Bruce. Man, I tell you, it's like when you say Rocky, you don't have to say Stallone. You know who Rocky is. Hey, man, you can't make this stuff up. But it's sad that Chadwick left us. And I'm going to do a little piece on him like the last 5 minutes because he was a real game changer, I thought, in Hollywood. He did serious roles with serious scripts about serious subjects and real black men like Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, real black men, not perpetrators, not people like Al Sharpton, not people like Jesse Jackson. You are somebody. You are somebody. No, you're dumb and ignorant and nobody until you get an education and prove that you are somebody and that you belong and that you're an American citizen. It's really interesting when I talk about that, especially the black people, because it's a concept they really don't understand or embrace, that they're Americans, that we're Americans. It's really interesting. And I'm going to write a little bit about that, talk a little bit about that a little later. But anyway, right now, I want to finish up with this Joe Biden and his BS. Well, Joe, you weren't saying that in 1973, in 1977, when you were fighting for segregated busing, and you weren't saying that 10 years ago when you took funding away from DC schools for school choice for our kids in DC. Hello. So what is it, Joe? Who are you, Joe? Who are you today? Joe the Chameleon. Are you the Joe who didn't want racial jungles and your children going to racial jungles? There's too much out here on this dude. I don't care what people say about Donald Trump. As I say time and time again, I love me some Donald Trump. He and I are never going to agree on standing for the national anthem, but we don't have to, because I have these stats behind me. 85% of the military go along with the NFL and side with the NFL players and not standing for the national anthem, given what they are protesting, which is police brutality against black people. It's not disrespecting the vets. And what kills me about all these people talk about disrespecting the flag? None of their ass is absurd. I was looking at this fat guy yesterday at the gun range, and he said, "Kneel to God, stand for the flag and kneel to God." Hey, I get that. But I asked him, hey man, did you serve? No, I didn't serve. Okay. Without even saying anything, he got the message. He's perpetrating. Perpetrating. If you want to stand for the national anthem, if you want to stand for your country, how come you didn't sign up and serve? Like, don't blow smoke up my ass and call it perfume. That's why I say I keep this mature, not X-rated, but mature. Always keep it mature. Dad, what did that mean? What Charles just said? What Mr. Butler just said? Don't blow smoke up my behind. Hey, explain it to them, folks. They need to know, so that they understand clearly that we're being played by Democrats and Republicans alike. The other thing that I want to play to you before I go, that Joe Biden has said, it needs to be addressed. And like I said, then I'm going to talk about Chadwick. This isn't about my brand. That's what they used to call Obama, the Obama brand, because he had all these people around him from Harvard Business School. The Obama brand, the Obama brand, the Biden brand. Biden has no brand. He's a moron. Did I say that? Yeah, it's true. Hey, but look, I want to cut to the chase. I want to cut over here. And brilliant actor, brilliant, and I loved all of the work that he done. Really, just incredible, incredible actor, incredible actor. So, it's 58. I was just checking the time here because my times were off. Okay, uh, and he did Black Panther. What else did he do? Let's see. He did Jackie Robinson. He did Thurgood Marshall. He doesn't look like Thurgood, but he did a good Thurgood Marshall, I thought, for being a little black guy. Now, here in Wall Street Journal, we're talking about free speech, absolutism killed free speech. We're getting that. We're not going to do that. Not us, not America. High schools can play, but Ohio State can't. Ooh, they are pissed. Kids are pissed, folks. They said that Hollywood, though, is taking a big gamble, historic gamble on big budget flicks like Tenet. The lasting legacy of Chadwick Boseman. God, I tell you, I'm going to miss him. I think all of us are going to who knew him and who watched his work. They said that she was among many, the co-star Denzel Washington, who once helped pay for the former Harvard University student to attend an acting program at Oxford. Wow. Wow. See, those are the things that Denzel does and nobody talks about. Hey, look, we're going to scoop and we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll have Frank Venucio with us. So tune in, okay? We're signing off, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Escalade. Hey.